Seminarian Will Frei here, shooting from the Drexel House in Charleston, South Carolina, after spending 2 days with the Vocations office in Colombia. And welcome back to Following Christ's Footsteps, Siguiendo los Pasos de Jesús. This week I'd like to speak a little bit about my recent mission trip to Nicaragua with mustard seed communities. Seminarian Josh Joseph and I joined the youth group and adult chaperones of St. Francis by the Sea Parish on a week-long adventure. We began our journey with a blessing from Father Kirby, and then caught 2 planes before landing in Managua, the capital of Nicaragua, approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes south of Managua, where we arrived at the orphanage where we slept for the week. Our first full day in Nicaragua was spent by going to Mass in the city of Diocese, and then driving to Managua, where we spent time with children aged 5 months to 12 years at a second orphanage founded by mustard seed communities. Each child had either a physical or mental challenge, and so it was most important that we spent time with them and showed them that we love and care for them. The next 3 days of our mission trip consisted of long hours of manual labor at the orphanage in Diocese, back where we slept. 2 months prior to arriving in Nicaragua, a chapel had begun to be built at the orphanage of Diocese, so we helped with the building. Our work consisted of shoveling, cementing, wheelbarrowing, and spearing rocks, and many other things. The local workers, all Nicaraguans, had an hour-long lunch break. They ate for about 10 minutes and then played soccer the last 50. We were able to form an American team and play them all 3 days, which I thought was a great way of immersion into the Nicaraguan culture. Our 5th day at Nicaragua we spent by touring a sewing factory, which was created by a group of people from Atlanta, and the factory is located near a dump which we visited after touring the factory. And at the dump approximately 1,000 people live, and they spend their days picking up garbage and sorting through the garbage, in which they receive $1 a day for their work. So men and women who live around this area or in the dump can come to this factory and learn to sew and cook and read. And so the idea is that by doing so they will eventually be able to leave their terrible situation at the dump and start new lives. So it's quite an inspiration to be at. Our final full day at Nicaragua we spent by sightseeing. We visited a local tamale shop where we saw how tamales were made, and we were able to sample a few. We went to a large market. We even swam in a volcanic lake with crystal clear water, where we spent our time for a few hours. Now there is so much more to say about our trip. So many things I've learned, so many things I've taken away, so many tools I've gained and friendships I've made, and it's just way too difficult to sum up in a short video. So it was truly an incredible experience, and I'm so very blessed to have been able to go on that trip. I hope to take the new face of poverty. You know, now when I hear poverty and I think of poverty, I can match that word with the faces, the faces of the children we served, the faces of the people in the streets, and so it has a deeper meaning to me. I can also take away the simplicity of life that I learned, as well as the awesomeness of the Universal Church, as well as great friendships Josh and I gained by being on the trip. So again, I'm very thankful for the opportunity. I hope you enjoyed this video, and there's no telling where God might take you if you place your trust in Him and are willing to learn from any situation He allows you to experience. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Really enjoyed putting it together after a wonderful trip. Thank you so much for tuning in this Tuesday, and I hope to see you next Tuesday as I bring up another important topic with regard to the faith in the show Following Christ's Footsteps, Siguiendo los Pasos de Jesus. Thank you so much for joining me, and God bless.